Hey guys, Daniel Master 87 here, and today, um, a few days or a week after this chapter really came out, we're covering the new chapter, Sadako Rising, which might not mean much to a lot of people, but this is actually, as you can see, a chapter about the ring, not the more popular, more recent remake, but it's based more on the original Japanese version from like the 90s or whatever. So with this chapter, there's no new map, but it does bring the Onryo, which is their name for the new killer, new survivor Yoichi Asakawa, and then the nurse was re-enabled, so yay for that. And then they fixed a bunch of other known issues like... No. There are known issues that have actually caused them to disable a few things, which is the Haddonfield map being disabled and Object of Obsession and Wake Up being disabled as well. Because there was some weird like perk combo right now that you could do with Object of Obsession and Blood Pact, because I guess the game's code was like messed up, and it says that because you can see each other's auras with the Blood Pact, that it was confusing that for the killer seeing your aura, so you could just see their aura the entire match, and they couldn't see yours back, so that was kind of messed up. And now they're doing some 7-day login thing where you're getting all these blood points and shards. So, let's move on to the survivor first. This guy, Yoichi, comes with 3 new perks. One of them is Parental Guidance, which is after stunning the killer by any means, your scratch marks, pools of blood, and grunts of pain are hidden for 7 seconds. So if you stun them with a pallet or with a head-on, then you basically get Iron Will Lucky Break for the next 7 seconds, which is really strong if you're actually consistent with those stuns, which you'll probably need to get with either head-on, or if you're just one of those survivors who is able to consistently abuse the warping backwards into the pallet stun type of thing, then this is gonna work for you, I guess. Then a new boon. This is the 4th one, so now you can do a full boon build. Boon Dark Theory. So you bless the totem, and then while any survivors are in your totem's range, they get a 2% haste status effect, and the effect lingers for 4 seconds once they leave the boon's range. And you're not going to be able to notice the speed boost much against 115% killers, but I've played a 110% killer, and I could definitely feel the 2% speed boost. Like, I was barely able to catch up to them. Then his last perk, Empathic Connection. Whenever a survivor is injured, they see your aura within 96 meters. So it's like a reverse empathy. And also you heal survivors 10% faster. So I can imagine people like pairing this and botany knowledge together and basically having their teammates healed up all the time. At least when someone chose not to bring a boon, because otherwise this perk would just be redundant. So I'm gonna get into some matches and see if we can get some escapes with this guy or something. You'll also notice that whenever it's Blight. Whenever you load into these different maps, they all have map ambience now when they first load up. Oh god, that was close. Yep. Right, okay. All maps will now have an ambience when you load up, but for some reason, Eerie of Crows doesn't have one anymore, it seems like, and the volume of the one for Coldwind Farm seems massively reduced for some reason. That was a pretty unlucky first chase. We need to get these gens going. I see what's happening now. The Blight's got ruined, so we don't really want to star on anything until that hex is out of the way. Good to know that this thing's here. I could have one spawn here potentially and then one on this other end. No. He got the best spawn possible, I guess. Yeah, this kinda sucks. Holy dead zone. Smart. I could have sworn I dropped it in time. So you pretty much have to stealth it out the whole rest of the game. I can set up boons, which will be annoying for him to deal with. While they're in this range, they get 2% speed. Where is he going? I hope he didn't see us. Very smart. %2 speed. Popping the insta-heal. Not taking any chances here. Replace the boon. Yep, it's coming from that way. Crazy. Okay. Come back, come back, come back. Okay, we got away from him. I can't believe we're still in this game though. I'm just gonna hold forward. I'm on death hook. Where's that hooked person? Yeah, I figured he was going for her. There's that lingering haste effect. Still got this palette, the Pier palette at the bottom, and then Killer Shack. And the log loop. What you gonna do about this? Just ignore it, I guess. Come on, man. That log loop's supposed to be strong. Well, they got all the gyms done. I did my part. We weren't able to show parental guidance, but this is exactly what I thought was gonna happen. You have to be someone who knows how to abuse good connection, which I am not. Those people who, like, never miss their head on and always get the pallet stuns even when they were super greedy with it. What the heck? I shouldn't have been playing so complicated against this guy, I guess. Because I was doing like fake outs and stuff at loops, and that ended up letting him get me. Because she's not doing that, and she's actually being way more successful. And these guys are absolute fools because they haven't touched the exit, I'm pretty sure. They've just been crouching and waiting. I'm surprised we got 5 gens done. This guy has small game and counter force. What are you doing, man? And self-care in the era of boons, by the way. Self-care sprint burst. So this is at least a 3k, it looks like. He wasn't even in that Blight's field of view when he got hit, by the way. I'm assuming this Blight is PC and he's, yeah. He's PC and he's abusing like FOV techs and stuff like that to get hits that he really shouldn't. No add-ons either, wow. He's using the new Scourge hook. Shadowborn makes more sense at least. But you would not catch me dead winning with Blight with this kind of build right here. Yeah, those little instruments there. Are you joking? Scatter. We might have the OP spot for the boon, I'm gonna check. There's no totem up there. Down here though. There's Circle of Healing, where's that at? I guess the totem spot didn't spawn down here this time. Oh wow, dead man switch. Now we know. I was gonna put a boon there, but I think we need a more centralized totem spot. And she blinked right on me. Excuse me, no. It's like I said, going against a bad nurse is fun. You know, against one that just blinks on you once, hits, blinks on you twice, downs, is not that fun. Like that was a 10-second freaking chase at most. It almost seems like she had 3 blinks. Coming back to the hook. That person might have kindred or something. They seem to know when the killer came close. She keeps getting the other guy. Back on this gym. She keeps dropping people, I see. Nope. Whoa! Okay. Finally she misses. Yeah, that's what should be happening. I guess I just gotta wiggle more. She wants us to run out. Let's see actually if this works. Yeah, that might be a thing. I think that when you pop your pink insta-heal, that when you're in circle of healing, it actually heals you up faster. Because it's supposed to heal you in like 12 seconds, and when I was in that range, I think it sped up that meter. She rage quit. Suddenly, I guess I'm just a really good survivor player against Nurse, because I started wiggling and she was unable to hit me. I guess that's how my friends do it. They just hope and pray that them going in all these crazy directions, she doesn't hit them. I don't think I saw her use Pain Resonance one time that match. She must have been shocked with Lethal Pursuer to see that we were all spawned in the same spot. Yeah, that opening ambience really adds to the atmosphere. Huntress. 110% killer, time to hold forward. I'm taking weird corners and stuff, so she's catching up. I got Shadow Step, so she's gonna lose me real quick. Thanks, Booner. Why did you do that? Yeah, she's coming closer. I've got a challenge to open chests. Huntress is so easy to play, she hasn't even gotten a damage state yet. It's super hard to find totems on this map. Wow, that was like M2 and the M1 right there. That was way too fast. Why is he doing that? Why are you doing that? Is this one of those new players that's just like, oh crap. You're such a loser, dude. This huntress has gotten one hook so far. One hook. And you're gonna rage quit against her. Now she might actually have a chance of winning. I just wanted to check to make sure there was no ruin, because we should still be doing gens faster than this. That's one of those guys who bought the new Survivor, by the way. It kind of shows the person's lack of interest in what they're playing when they go to those lengths, you know, to buy a new character and stuff like that, and then they just rage quit anyway. I work at a movie theater, and I feel that some of the customers there are in a similar state of mind. Like they're not really interested in what the heck they're watching, because in the middle of the movie they'll just come out into the lobby and ask for snacks, and they'll do this 2 to 3 times, and it's like, aren't you afraid you're gonna miss something important? Or you're just here to hang out at the movies and not really invested in what you're watching? He had a super good med kit. That's what I'm holding right now, so why would he just rage quit that fast? One gen left. She's healed, she can go for the save. Huntress will see my aura if she has barbecue, hopefully, and then come push me off. And here she comes. Unlucky that it gave her the skill check fail for free. There's the boon I was looking for earlier. Darn. Nope. You're gonna have to break this pallet sometime. She's out of hatchets, otherwise she would have thrown. I needed her to push me around the other way so I could have taken that window. She was very patient and waiting for that. Is that the Leon working on something, or? I don't understand why people do that. Do you guys? They have a boon in a perfectly good spot and then they just decide to move it. She's got to reload. This is your chance. Unless this is one of those people who doesn't reload for some reason. Okay, she took a hit for me. That's what you're supposed to do when you know that you don't have BT, and so the person's gonna go down and they take a hit. Look how fast this heal is. That's what that guy who rage quit is missing out on, this kind of healing speed. He went down super fast, so I'm guessing he was blocked into a corner when she hit him. And so he thinks that gives him the right to be like, I didn't like that, rage quit. Okay, basement's there, good to know. Could do this. This might come in too late though. If I had put this down earlier, it might have made a difference. Again, Boon Dark Theory is probably gonna kill 110% killers. Well, you think she'd want to reload at a moment like that? Now I have no sound, no scratch marks. Very good. Come on, Dark Theory. GG. That's what that rage quitter's missing out on. That would have been even easier if he was still in the game. Yeah, that's Huntress without Babushka, by the way. She readied up her hatchet so slowly that I could just vault windows in front of her and she wouldn't be able to hit me in time. Iron Maiden, I'm glad that never happened. And then barbecue, of course. So that was the new survivor. Dark Theory definitely helped a little bit in those matches, as did Empa. I keep wanting to say empathic connection, or empathic. Parental Guidance, as I presumed, was going to be the least useful perk out of all of these, at least for me, because I don't just greed pallets to get the stun every time. I just don't have that good of a connection or something like that. So, let's go ahead and move on to the new killer. And she even has her coming out of the well animation right here. That's cool. So, oh my gosh, you can't even see the top of it because their power descriptions are so high. Okay. So, new perks, and then we'll go into her ability. So, she has Call of Brine, which is basically after you damage a generator, the perk becomes active for 60 seconds. The generator will regress at 200% the normal regression speed, and its aura will be yellow. So it basically gives you ruin speed regression, but on a kick, which is actually pretty useful. You know what would be more useful though? If this was just how normal kicks were, instead of a perk. The people are going to be comboing this with pop and other stuff to make it more useful. Merciless Storm is that's going to be a noob crusher for sure. Basically, whenever a generator reaches 90%, it'll give you a bunch of small difficult skill checks continuously, and if a survivor stops repairing or they miss one of those skill checks, the generator gets blocked for the next 20 seconds. And this can only happen one time per generator. If you get the gen back up to 90%, it doesn't happen again. But newer players definitely have a hard time hitting skill checks. Even I do, and I've been playing this game how long? But it's just L1 is not a natural mash, as I've explained many times. And then she also has a new scourge hook. This will be... Is this the fourth scourge hook we've got? Because we got Gift of Pain and Pain Resonance. This is the third scourge hook perk. So this is Scourge Hook Floods of Rage, and it's basically a weaker barbecue. At the start of the trial, 4 random hooks are changed to Scourge hooks, yada yada yada. When a survivor is unhooked from the Scourge hook, all other survivors have their auras revealed for 7 seconds. This is weak because most likely you're going to be chasing one survivor, so you already know where they are. You know that the unhooked survivor and the unhooker are still at the hook, so that's not helping you much, seeing their aura. And then you have one other guy who's doing something else. You're really only getting the aura reading of one person in a lot of these scenarios. Now her ability, we kind of predicted. Well, what we predicted is you have 5 TVs, you can teleport to them. But not exactly that. She's a bit more complex than that. Her TVs are specifically next to generators, so they're in convenient spots a lot of the time. And she has this thing called demanifested mode. If you're manifested, you're normal, you're visible. If you're demanifested, then you're invisible. You don't get the speed boost like Wraith, and you're not completely invisible because you phase back into in and out of reality intermittently, just like Spirit when she's walking normally. And she needs to get into this demanifested mode in order to teleport to her TVs. And when you come out of one of these TVs, if the survivor's nearby and they see you come out of it, then their meter will fill up. That's their condemned meter, and if it fills all the way up to 7, then they'll be fully condemned. When they're fully condemned, once you down them, then they are instantly moriable It's like a 2-second Mori and they're out of the game. Similar to Pyramid Head's Final Judgment. Now the way survivors avoid getting to that point is they can take a tape out of an active television. It'll show them the aura of the next TV they have to put it in order to get rid of their condemned. Once they run over to that TV and put the tape in, it'll take away 3 points of their condemned. And it'll also take away, because when you're holding onto a tape, the condemned meter actually builds up still. And so, just running to your TV, you're probably going to build up 1 tick of condemned. So, when you've got like 2 ticks of condemned on you, you're probably good to get a tape out of a TV, put it in the other TV, because the game will show you a sound bubble of where your target TV is that you need to put the tape in, and then you'll get rid of all your condemned. They actually buffed her before her release. It used to take away 4 freaking things of your meter instead of 3. They just wanted to add a little bit more threat to her condemned, because that is really the only actual threat this killer has. The ability to just instantly Mori you out of the game. And you're not exposed when you're fully condemned either. If she's able to down you, then she can Mori you. And survivors are smart. They found ways to counter her already. If you hit a survivor who has a tape on them, they can use that sprint burst, put it in, and then whether they get downed or not, it doesn't matter, because you're not going to be able to Mori them. Even if they're standing right at the TV and you hit them, they're going to be able to put it in instantly before you can even recover from your attack and hit them again. So that's the counterplay they've already found for her. Spine Chill, of course, is also a counter to this killer, just like with Wraith, so you can actually tell that she's coming. And something I forgot to mention was when she comes out of the TV, she gets a little speed boost, kind of like old Wraith's speed boost out of his cloak, which should still be in the game, by the way, because it wasn't OP. Is there anything else I need to cover? Her height is rather small, so she'll be getting Freddy hits all the... Oh god. Yeah, she jump scares you sometimes when you're on the screen for too long. She gets Freddy lunges because she is short and her swing is smaller, so you would think, oh, I'm safe to get to this pallet, and she's like, nope, completely hit you before you can get there, and you're like, what? She was so far. I know, right? I know. By the way, turning off the TVs by taking tapes out of them turns the TV off, meaning that she won't be able to teleport to them. And if she's teleported to them recently, they'll be turned off for, I don't know how long, 20 seconds at least, something like that. She won't be able to teleport to it again. She also has a 24 meter terror radius, I believe. 115%. She's short, so she's like Blight, where for the longest time he had a small field of view and he couldn't see over stuff. But at the same time, she's short, so you won't be able to see her over certain loops because her head isn't sticking up over it like a lot of the taller killers are. And here's her lore here, which I'm not going to take the time to read. Difficulty hard. We know that this difficulty thing is kind of a joke. And I don't have many perks for her, but I'm going to try to make these work out, unless I can get in the blood web and get some more stuff before I go into a match. This build, it's not this build, it was take away this, take away that, gearhead, and whispers. It did not turn out well. my first match playing as her. I felt very powerless. I think she's going to be a weak killer overall. But I will put Spine Chill back into my Survivor build just so I can counter her until her play rate dies down. Because she does actually sneak up on you. It's not like Wraith. It's not like Pig where they're like have these super loud sound cues when they get close to you. No, she's an actual stealth killer. With the map mobility because of the teleporting from the TVs. And yeah, I think that's about it. When you fully condemn someone, it'll show Killer's Instinct on them. So you'll be able to see where they are. And while you're demanifested, you cannot hit survivors. You'll have to come back into manifestation in order to hit them. And she has all these add-ons. Freaking pinwheel, watch, blah blah blah. These add-ons are nothing special, it seems. Here's her joke add-on, the videotape copy. I've been getting plenty of those offered to me in my blood web. Manifestation, visibility, duration, decreases time it takes for the TVs to turn back on. This one may be her best. Condemn survivors spread the condemn to other survivors who complete a healing action on them. Reveals the yellow aura of a TV that's turned off by any means. Survivors scream whenever you manifest. Reveal the auras of survivors who are carrying a tape within 16 meters of a TV for 7 seconds. That is super situational, you have no clue. And then hitting a survivor within 8 seconds after manifesting turns on the last 4 TVs turned off by the projection. This is actually very useful if you're gonna be teleporting around all the time with your TVs, because they actually seem like they take forever to turn back on sometimes when you really need them. That's basically all I've got to say about this killer. I'm gonna work on the blood web, maybe get some better perks, but I think our build is gonna stay the same, just like this. Let's go. Yeah, this is actually the freaking map I played her on in the first match. Not excited to be back yet. That may have looked weird because she can actually phase through survivors while she's demanifested. Jeez. Our TVs are on now. We got any scourge hooks? Here. Dead man switch coming in. She's got a thingy around her because she's starting to get condemned. Demanifest, please. They deactivated this TV right here. Might try and tunnel this Jill. The TV spawn you in awkward spots, at least on this map. You're like facing the wall when you spawn. I tried to go through her. Gave me a free hit. Call of Brine. You can't block me. I think you actually slow down a little when you are going in and out of manifested mode. Was that Wraith Lunge? It was a very slow pickup animation. Ah, they messed up the Jin because of Merciless Storm. Dead Man Switch. Because there's no circle of healing in this, we're doing way better than we probably should be. Tracking her movements. Call of Brine. Call of Brine again. There's a pallet here. I stood back, by the way. More god pallets. Rectified her mistake getting stuck. Couldn't have teleported to that TV because it's off. It's just so silly how long we're spending doing these Scooby-Doo chases. I don't even know a chest could spawn there. I forget the scourge hook. As soon as they unhook, we can TP there with the TV. I thought a pallet was still there, that's why I moved weird. It's like she knew exactly where I was. I hear an injured person. You've given yourself away. They turned off my TV. That's why I couldn't teleport to them. Freaking doors closed. Viral video. Gotcha. Nah, just waited a God Paladin drop it. Put a TP to that, we could still do it maybe, and catch her. Yeah, it faced me the wrong way. It slows you down coming out of it, that's super unfair. For how mediocre her ability is, she should not have that. A TV was your best line of, why am I saying TV? That pallet was your best line of defense and you've just, someone's condemned. Or they were, but they just put the tape in right after. That's why it's not really a threat against smart survivors. What some survivors will do is they'll take the tape when they don't really need to, just to deactivate your TVs. And then when they get full condemned, then they'll just put it straight in the TV that's right next to them. God palette, no gameplay. Dang, they were at that thing. They just did it again. Killer instinct on that person. Or fully condemned, but then they just got rid of it again. That's a cool attack effect they've got there. They just let him die. I'm waiting for that TV over there to come back on. Just in case they're here. We can destroy this too, because they keep running to it. We're about to finish this. Awesome. Point blank hit with. I don't even know who's dead on hook or what. Since she's close enough, we'll put her on this hook. Scratch marks. I should condemn them because they're close enough. They're gonna heal up in time for sure. No, I know your shenanigans. The thing's not putting in work, I guess. Dang, I thought she was on Death Hook or something. Never even knew this person was here. Oh, she can go through me now because I was demanifested. It works against you, you know. Having no collision. What the... Of course. Even though she ran straight into me. 3K. That makes me happy. Invincibility frames. They shouldn't have got all the gens done though with all the pressure I was putting out. But that's just the reality of this killer. You're an M1 killer with map mobility, it's Freddy all over again. Probably the most overrated killer in Dead by Daylight, Old Freddy, before his nerf. Close the hatch. I wonder if that's like an intended aesthetic for her walking animation, or if they just, or if it was just conveniently like theme fitting. So they're like, oh, this choppy and half done walking animation, let's just put that in the game. They won't notice the difference. Sanctum. We'll have to see where the TV spawns are. There's for sure gonna be one like in this corner. Some of the gens actually don't have TV spawn next to them sometimes. Like in the main building in... Oh cool, I couldn't grab her out because I was freaking demanifested. Like, game-ending mistake for her and she just gets away with it. Aim dressed. Oh, I hit her, not the pallet. Really? Yeah, the sprint burst from coming out of the TV doesn't matter most of the time. Cause look at that. He went for the window, which you have to vault in order to get close to him. The TVs spawn you in such awkward positions, man. Wasted sprint burst. literally just giving me this down. Awesome. So many free hits. I saw you here too. Alright. I saw someone there. Third health state. Finally. Yeah, this is getting really annoying. Do you also have a sabotage thing? I saw you. I'm trying to check if they're there. Why can't I teleport to them? Three down. People are saying that this pickup animation is how we can get Chucky to work in this game. Like he'll just lift them in the air magically. Cool. They're just ignoring my condemned stuff, it looks like. Now I know that you're there. Now there, Floods of Rage actually helped. Did you see that cooldown? Now imagine if this guy wasn't running into me and wasting his sprint burst and stuff. Yeah, that better have hit. He's up there. Oh, you're screwed now. Everyone's dead. I'm pressing L2. And they went down a hook dead zone. Hopefully they don't realize. It's not even that long of a speed boost, you just get it for a few seconds. So definitely don't greed the fact that she's locked into an animation when she comes out of the TV. Because the speed boost isn't insignificant, it's just not even as good as old Wraith's Lunge. This teleporting around the map is actually going to be really useful when it comes to looking for the hatch. That's something I didn't even think about. Yeah, here it is. I just couldn't get to it in time. Because it spawned on the hooked guy, pretty much. Yeah, this team could have done way better. I don't even think the guy with Circle of Healing put it down that game. Who was that? Yeah, the derpy Meg. Or was... let's see. Guy with the hoodie. He might have put it down, I don't know. I just didn't feel it that game if that was the case. Mother's Dwelling. Oh, so it just shows all of my TVs that are turned off in yellow. That's weird. I don't think that's worth a freaking green add-on, I'll tell you that. Someone's up there. Okay. Sprint burst. And they got the good iteration. Yeah, that's pointless in chasing him. I don't know where the heck they are when I come out of this. I'm just pulling at straws. Yeah, I'm completely lost when I spawn. Where was this person? He didn't see me, I guess. He wasn't expecting that speed. Forget basement, let's put him on a scourge hook and get some info. Boon. Is it here? Awesome. And then she gets bounced. No, you don't get the stupid window. I saw her aura because of Floods of Rage there, I guess. Too far for a scourge. They're all healthy, they'll just body block. Make her think we're still chasing her. No, she started healing instantly. Then that's where the boon is. Somewhere over there. Healed up already, after I just hit her. Grab. I keep turning my TVs off. So many of them are turned off. How is that possible? I beat her to that window, but she's not even going for it. She's got a tape on her, it looks like. This killer kind of needs bamboozle. That's what I'm noticing. Merciless Storm. Aim dressed me. Because she's dead hard, and so it just made my attack go short. She gets that too. I thought she'd panic slide over, she didn't. I'm really trying to catch these guys, like I'm not messing around. And she's just running into walls. Isn't even like playing that well. Now we can go for a scourge. And I only saw his aura. What's up with that? No, it turns you around at weird angles when you come out. That's probably the biggest problem no one's talking about. Where's the boon? I know they've got one. He can just react. Balanced. No. I thought I'd get him with the Freddy lunge. This guy's just waiting for me. So stupid. And then he's got that into this window, wow. Bloodlust. Oh my god! Up, up. Here's the boon. I moved it or something. Leon's up though. I could have worried her. I want to show it off at some point. If we tunnel someone, that's what we'll do. They're not here. I thought, why did Merciless Storm trigger there more than once? Isn't that what happened? He's up there. Sprint burst. I thought he had balanced earlier. No, you don't get that stupid window. They replaced the boon. Can I do it without having to manifest? Thank you. Wow, Merciless Storm. Is that what happened here? No, just Dead Man Switch. And that's second hook, so now I can teleport near them and tunnel him out of the game. And now you've got Sprint Burst. It threw me off to the side, you saw that. Let's see this. That's so cool. Yeah, I got caught on the wall, so my speed boost went nowhere. Wow. My TVs are constantly off. I don't understand what's happening there. I just drop it instantly. I'm lost when I come out of there. And now I don't know where she is. Back to the gate. She waited a long time for that. Are either of you on death hook? camera angle. And you... I can just hook her. On the scourge hook. Freaking booning and teabagging me and all that. Where's Hatch at? Couldn't find it. These are fun matches even though they're unnecessarily close. I wonder what happened. I swore I saw Merciless Storm activate on that main building gen more than once. Because it gives me that notification when they actually fail and Merciless Storm does its blockage to the gen. So there were... He had Sprint Burst, the Nia and Elodie had Bounce Landing. I was getting confused with everyone's perks theirs. And Shadow Step was in play as well. That makes more sense because I felt like it was very hard to keep track of people as soon as they got like 5 feet from me. So that was the Onryo, aka Sadako, which I think I'm gonna call her because it's her proper name instead of you don't call Myers the Shape, even though I know that's what he's called in the script for Halloween. You don't call Freddy Krueger the Nightmare, so on and so forth. But her most decent perk is probably Call of Brine, just because it regresses gens. Second best is probably Floods of Rage, because it is a weaker barbecue, but sometimes it helped me in chase when I could see the survivor's aura, who I was chasing. I could see them through the wall, and that actually allowed me to mind game them. And now that stretched res is gone, you're gonna see a lot less people like somehow reading your mind where you're going around the loop and stuff like that. Merciless Storm's probably again gonna be a noob crusher perk. I've missed the skill checks for this thing, but that was like the first time I saw this perk. After that, it was always my teammates that were messing up, not me. Because the top teams, they'll just completely ignore Merciless Storm, I'd say. But yeah, this was an exciting new chapter. It was disappointing in some ways, because this is an M1 killer playing the hit and run playstyle when Circle of Healing is in the game, so it's not really gonna work out. She definitely needs some buffs or a full-on rework, because she's in a bad spot right now, even though our results might say otherwise. Because the first game I had with her, I just got freaking throttled. But that's all I gotta say about this chapter. This is Daniel Master 87 signing out.